3 divorces, bankruptcy twice, a body ravaged by unexplained illness. Sarah walked into Yogananda's lecture hall in 1946, carrying a question that millions have asked. Why does my life keep destroying itself no matter what I do? She wasn't looking for sympathy. She was looking for answers. And what Yogananda told her that evening would sound absolutely insane to most people. He said, "You're not unlucky. You're not cursed. You're paying bills from lives you don't even remember living. Past life karma, cosmic debt, spiritual cause and effect spanning multiple incarnations." Sarah almost walked out. But then Yogananda said something that stopped her cold. "I can show you how to burn through decades of karmic debt in just 40 days. But it will require more honesty with yourself than you've ever had before. Most people aren't ready for that level of truth." She took the challenge. 40 days later, her chronic pain had vanished. Money started flowing from sources she'd forgotten existed, and she met the man who would become her first healthy relationship. But here's what disturbs me about this story, and why I almost didn't make this video. This technique works so powerfully that Yogananda initially refused to teach it publicly. He only shared it with advanced disciples who had already proven their commitment. Why? Because karma burning isn't just meditation, it's spiritual surgery. And surgery, when done wrong, causes more damage than healing. Tonight, I'm breaking that seal of secrecy. You'll learn the exact 5-part daily practice that dissolves karmic patterns, why missing even one day sends you back to zero, and what happens in your energy body during each phase of the 40 days. But I need to be blunt with you. If you're looking for an easy spiritual bypass, for some magical mantra that erases consequences while you continue destructive behavior, close this video now. That's not what this is. This is for people who are ready to face themselves completely, to acknowledge every harm they've caused, every pattern they've avoided, every uncomfortable truth they've buried. Because karma doesn't dissolve through wishful thinking. It dissolves through fire, and you have to be willing to burn. Before we go further, we need to address the elephant in the room. Critics of karma teaching say it's victim blaming disguised as spirituality. You're poor because of past life karma. You're sick because of cosmic debt. That's just telling suffering people it's their own fault. And honestly, they have a point. Karma has been weaponized for centuries to justify inequality, to excuse abuse, to tell the oppressed that their suffering is somehow deserved. Yogananda knew this. He struggled with it deeply. During his early years in America, a wealthy industrialist attended his lectures. This man was exploiting workers, destroying communities, building wealth through suffering. And he had the audacity to ask Yogananda, "Am I creating bad karma by running my business this way?" The room went silent, waiting for a gentle spiritual answer. Instead, Yogananda looked at him with fierce intensity and said, "You already know the answer, and asking me won't reduce the karmic consequences you're creating. The only question is whether you'll change your behavior before those consequences arrive, or whether you'll spend your next several lifetimes repaying what you're taking now." The man never came back, but that moment revealed something crucial about how Yogananda actually taught karma. Karma isn't fatalism. It's not everything happens for a reason passivity. It's the opposite. It's radical responsibility. When you understand karma correctly, you realize your suffering isn't punishment from an angry God. It's feedback from an intelligent universe. And feedback can be used to course correct. A child touches a hot stove and gets burned. Is the burn punishment? No, it's information. It's the universe teaching cause and effect. Next time, the child doesn't touch the hot stove. Karma works the same way, just across a longer timeline, sometimes across lifetimes. But here's where it gets interesting. Yogananda taught that while you can't change what's already in motion, the prarabdha karma already manifesting in this life, you absolutely can burn the seeds of future karma before they sprout. Think of it like this. You have a warehouse full of seeds representing past actions. Some have already been planted in the field of your current life and are growing into your circumstances. Those you must experience. But the ones still in the warehouse, those you can burn to ash before they ever get planted. That's what the 40-day practice does. It sets fire to the warehouse. How karma actually works. Most people think karma is simple. Do good, get good. Do bad, get bad. Cosmic scoreboard. But Yogananda explained it's far more complex than that, and understanding the mechanics is essential, because if you don't know how the system works, you can't game it. And yes, you absolutely can game it. That's not cheating. That's mastery. Karma operates on 3 simultaneous levels, and most people only see one of them. The first level is obvious. Action and reaction. You punch someone, you create the karmic seed of being punched. You heal someone, you create the seed of being healed. Basic physics applied to consciousness. But the second level is invisible to most people. Intention creates karma even without action. If you spend years mentally wishing harm on someone but never act on it, you still create karmic debt. Why? Because thought is energy. Energy has consequences. This terrified many of Yogananda's students when they first learned it. You mean I'm creating karma just by thinking? Yes. Every thought is a seed. Most are weak and never sprout. But thoughts charged with strong emotion, repeated over time, become powerful seeds that will definitely sprout in this life or the next. The third level is the most disturbing. You inherit karma from collective fields you're part of. Family karma. Cultural karma. Species karma. You didn't personally create it, but you're swimming in it, affected by it, contributing to it through your mere participation. This explains why children born into war zones suffer despite having done nothing personally to deserve it. They're experiencing collective karma of the nation, the religion, the historical moment. It's not fair in the individual sense. But from the soul's perspective, incarnating into that situation was a choice made for specific evolutionary lessons. Now here's where the 40-day practice becomes revolutionary. Traditional karma teaching says you must experience every karma you've created. No escape, no shortcuts. You planted it, you harvest it, even if it takes 10,000 lifetimes. But Yogananda discovered something the ancient texts hint at, but rarely explain clearly. Karma is energy, and energy can be transformed. Fire doesn't erase wood. It transforms wood into heat and ash, same atoms, different form. The wood's existence isn't negated, it's transmuted. The 40-day practice works the same way. You're not erasing karma as if it never happened. You're burning it into wisdom, into light, into evolutionary fuel for consciousness. But here's the catch. And pay attention, because this is crucial. You can only burn karma you're willing to fully acknowledge. Any pattern you deny, any harm you justify, any responsibility you avoid, that karma stays locked in place, untouchable by any spiritual practice. This is why Yogananda said most people aren't ready for this teaching, because it requires looking at yourself without any of the comfortable lies you've been telling yourself for years, maybe lifetimes. Can you handle that level of honesty? Because if you can't, the 40-day practice will feel like torture. But if you can, it becomes liberation. The practice revealed 5 daily components. All right, enough theory. You came here for the actual technique. Here it is, exactly as Yogananda taught it to his inner circle. But before I break it down, understand this. The practice takes 30 to 45 minutes daily. Miss one day, start over from day 1. No exceptions. Why so strict? Because karma burning requires heat, and heat requires continuity. You can't boil water by heating it for 5 minutes, letting it cool, heating it again. You have to sustain the fire until transformation occurs. Component 1. The confrontation. Most spiritual practices start with centering, with peace, with gratitude. This one starts with uncomfortable truth. Sit down with a journal. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Write this question at the top of the page. What harm have I caused that I've been avoiding acknowledging? Then write. Don't edit. Don't make excuses. Don't explain context. Just list the harm. The people you've hurt through action or inaction, the lies you've told, the love you've withheld, the damage you've caused through selfishness or ignorance. This isn't about drowning in guilt. Guilt is useless. This is about accounting. You can't repay a debt you refuse to acknowledge exists. Some days you'll write for the full 5 minutes. Some days you'll sit in uncomfortable silence because you don't want to admit what you already know. Both are valid. The practice is showing up to the truth, not performing self-flagellation. Component 2. Breath of fire. Stand up. Feet shoulder-width apart. Begin rapid abdominal breathing, forceful exhales through the nose, passive inhales. This is Kapalabhati, but done with a specific visualization that changes everything. As you breathe, visualize each exhale as fire shooting down from your lungs into your belly, into your root, burning the karmic seeds stored in your energetic body. Not metaphorical fire. Actual spiritual fire that you can learn to feel as heat, as tingling, as pressure. Do 108 breath cycles. That's about 6 to 7 minutes. Your mind will scream at you to stop. Your legs might shake. You might feel dizzy at first. This is normal. The discomfort is karmic residue surfacing to be burned. After 108 rounds, stand completely still for 1 minute, eyes closed. Observe what's moving in your body, the heat, the energy, the subtle vibrations. This is tapas activating, spiritual fire beginning to consume what needs to die. Component 3. The impossible prayer. Sit back down. Now comes the part most people fail at, because it requires forgiving people who absolutely don't deserve forgiveness by conventional standards. Place both hands on your heart. Say aloud or silently, "To every soul I have harmed in this life or any life before, through action or neglect, through cruelty or indifference, I acknowledge the pain I caused. I cannot undo it. I can only offer the truth that I see it now, and I ask for release from this karmic bond." Pause. Breathe. Then the harder part. To every soul who has harmed me, who has betrayed me, who has caused me suffering I did not deserve, I release you from karmic debt to me. Not because you've earned forgiveness, but because carrying the desire for your punishment keeps me chained to you. I choose freedom over revenge. You might cry during this. You might rage. You might feel nothing at all, just mechanical words. All of that is fine. The practice isn't about feeling a certain way. It's about making a declaration to the universe that changes your energetic signature. Repeat this prayer daily for all 40 days. Resistance will come. Memories of people who hurt you badly will surface, and your ego will say, no, they don't deserve forgiveness. And you'll say back to your ego, this isn't about what they deserve. It's about what I deserve, and I deserve freedom. Component 4. The karmic mantra. Now, the core burning mechanism. You need a mantra that vibrates at the frequency of karmic dissolution. Yogananda taught several, but the most accessible and potent is this simple phrase: I am free. I am light. I release. 3 words, 9 syllables. Profound power. Why this works. I am free declares your true nature beyond karmic bondage. I am light affirms your divine essence that cannot be stained. I release is the active command to let go. But you're not just reciting words. You're wielding them as tools with specific visualization. With each repetition, visualize a specific karmic pattern dissolving. Maybe it's your pattern of choosing unavailable partners. Maybe it's your addiction to chaos. Maybe it's your terror of success. Choose one pattern per session. Repeat the mantra 108 times using prayer beads to count, or simply set a timer for 15 minutes. With each repetition, see that pattern getting lighter, more transparent, until, by the 108th repetition, it's completely dissolved into light. As you say, I am free, see chains breaking. As you say, I am light, see your body glowing brighter. As you say, I release, see the karmic pattern turning to smoke and disappearing. This isn't visualization as pretending. This is visualization as spiritual technology. The subconscious mind and the karmic field respond to clear, repeated imagery charged with devotion. Component 5. The reversal. Here's the genius of Yogananda's method. You can't just burn karma. You have to simultaneously create opposite karma to fill the void. Otherwise, the old pattern returns, because nature abhors a vacuum. For the final component, write down one specific action you'll take today that directly reverses a karmic pattern you're burning. If you're burning karma of stinginess, give money to someone today with no expectation of return. If you're burning karma of cruelty, perform an act of kindness for someone who cannot repay you. If you're burning karma of dishonesty, tell an uncomfortable truth you've been avoiding. The action must be concrete, doable within 24 hours, and genuinely uncomfortable for your ego. If it's easy, it's not creating enough opposite charge to neutralize the karmic debt. Do this every single day. 40 days of opposite action rewrites your energetic blueprint completely. The timeline. What actually happens? Now let's talk about what you'll actually experience, because I'm not going to sugarcoat this with promises of bliss and breakthrough. Some of you will have profound mystical experiences. Some of you will feel like you're dying. Both are signs the practice is working. Week 1. Your first week will be hell, not because the practice is hard mechanically. 30 to 45 minutes isn't that long, but because your karma doesn't want to die. You'll suddenly have urgent things to do during practice time. Work emergencies, relationship drama, unexpected visitors. This isn't coincidence. Your karmic patterns are fighting for survival by creating distractions. Physically, expect what traditional yogis call a healing crisis. Headaches, nausea, fatigue, old injuries flaring up. This is karmic toxins being pushed out of your energetic body into your physical body to be released. It gets worse before it gets better. Emotionally, memories will surface. Regrets you'd buried, shame you'd suppressed, anger you'd never fully processed. Don't medicate these feelings away. Don't distract yourself. Feel them, acknowledge them, let them move through. Week 2. By days 8 through 14, the acute crisis usually passes, but now comes psychological warfare. Your mind will offer deals. Maybe I can do 30 days instead of 40. Maybe I can skip weekends. Maybe the practice works, even if I miss a day or two. No. These are not rational thoughts. These are karmic patterns trying to survive by convincing you to quit before they're fully burned. You'll also notice external changes beginning, small at first. Someone from your past reaches out unexpectedly to apologize for something. A financial opportunity appears from nowhere. A health symptom you'd had for years suddenly improves. These are not coincidences. The karmic field is reorganizing around your new vibration. Week 3. Between days 15 and 21, you will face what Yogananda called the karmic test. Something will happen in your external life designed to trigger your old pattern response. If you're burning anger karma, someone will do something infuriating. If you're burning victim karma, you'll be put in a situation that feels unjust. If you're burning addiction karma, you'll face intense temptation. This is not the universe being cruel. This is the universe verifying whether the karma has actually dissolved or just been suppressed. Your response to this test determines whether you've truly transformed or just white-knuckled your way through a practice. If you respond from your old pattern, you fail the test and must go deeper in the practice. If you respond from your new awareness, the karma is truly burned, and you'll feel a massive energetic shift within 24 hours. Week 4. Days 22 through 28 are strange. You might feel nothing at all. No drama, no breakthroughs. Just quiet practice and normal life. This is actually the most important phase because this is when the new pattern embeds into your subconscious. The transformation isn't happening at the surface level anymore. It's happening in the deep structures of your psychic blueprint. Don't mistake quiet for stagnation. Integration looks boring, but it's where lasting change solidifies. Week 5 and 6. The final 2 weeks are when you start seeing undeniable external proof. Things that were stuck for years suddenly resolve. People treat you differently, though you haven't told them about your practice. Opportunities align, resources appear. This isn't manifestation in the trendy sense. This is natural consequence of removing karmic blockages that were preventing the flow of your life force. By day 40, you won't be the same